Hey, what's going on, scholars? It's your professor here, Enlightened Enlisted, and we just got a developer briefing number 171 over there from Hell Let Loose. So let's break down what's in this and what my thoughts on it are. So right off the bat, the commander is getting more responsibilities with two new abilities. One of those is going to be the precision strike, and the other one is going to be the ammo drop call-in. Now this precision strike is going to be an extremely devastating single blow to a specific target in a defined area by the commander. So just think of the bombing run that we already have on steroids and in a very, very small area. Each faction in game is going to have a different aircraft that's going to be carrying this out. For the Germans, it's obviously going to be the Stuka. I mean, that thing is just iconic. For the US, it's going to be the P-47 Thunderbolt, and for the Russians, it's going to be the IL-2. Now, it does sound like each one of these planes is going to be acting differently because it does say, quote, each faction has its own unique twist on the ability. So we obviously know that the Stuka is going to be dropping a bomb and making its extraordinarily loud Stuka scream. But what about the P-47 and the IL-2? Those are more rocket-based aircraft, so are we going to see rocket attacks instead of a bomb drop? Now, if everyone is worried about, oh my god, this thing is going to be super overpowerful and we're going to have even more explosions in Hell Let Loose, don't worry, they did put some blinders on with it, and it's going to have a high cost and a high cooldown rate, which means that this request isn't going to be carried out too often. So the ammo drop ability for the commander is also coming, and that actually looks like it's going to be very interesting to me as well, because it looks like people are going to be able to rearm quite a bit of times on here. It says in this development blog 12 times exactly, but what you are actually able to restock upon actually interests me even more. So it looks like you're going to be able to get medical and ammunition from this, but it does say explosive ammunition, so I'm hoping that'll allow the AT soldiers to get more rockets for their bazookas or their Panzerschrecks. I do see this call-in being more useful on the defense, but it kind of depends on how quickly this ammo drop gets down to the ground for players to use it, because if it takes a long time, it's not going to be really called in for the offense. So we have no mention on what the cost is or the cooldown rate is for this call-in, but I'm hoping that it is kind of higher, and the reason why I say that is it's going to undercut the support and the rifleman role if the commander can just drop these willy-nilly. Now, with the commander updates being added, we also have an improvement coming to tankers. We're going to have the Sherman M4A3, the 75W, being added to the American side. Now, it doesn't have the best armament on it because the 75 by this time of the war is kind of out of date, but with it just being added to the medium slot, I do think that is a good addition. Now, the developers took away the Panther, and they are bringing it back now into the heavy configuration, so it's going to be a heavy call-in just like the Tiger. I don't know why you would ever use the Tiger over the Panther, but it is nice to have different options. Alrighty, the last addition we have to this game is it looks like the Omaha Beach maps are going to be having LCTs added. Now, if you don't know what an LCT is, a landing craft that the tanks would unload. They kind of look like barges and they open at the bottom of the mouth. See these pictures here? From what it sounds like, this is going to be a stationary spawn that you can spawn inside and then make your attack out of this craft. It will provide cover for you versus just coming in on those Higgins boats. Personally, I would want to know if the mounted forward guns actually work for you to get on and shoot. We'll see. I also wouldn't be surprised if you start seeing the recon guys go up on deck and try to snipe towards the beach from there. This update looks pretty awesome, and I'm looking forward to seeing some of that new content coming out here on YouTube. So if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please consider doing so. And as always, scholars, hit those books and hit those bottles. Cheers. Oh, there's a German vehicle. Dun 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 dun.
Hold on a second, let me get an OP down for you. Alright, come on, dude. Oh, I still gotta get one down.
That's how we do it, boys. Grand Theft Auto.